Hi everyone, it's Open House Thursday. Excuse me, on your view. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. Today is a beautiful day.
Yes.
Nima Akashat Zibri, how you doing?
In the building.
I'm feeling very loved.
I'm feeling loved.
It is, yes. So this hijab is by Miriam.
It's only you that they dress on this couch.
I don't know.
It's only you.
These
Either hijab
and it's all love.
It's only her that only wears one piece of outfit. It's only hijab.
Hijab by Miriam. Olami made this one. Her name is Rauda. And
nice.
you know, they're just loving me.
Yeah.
And it's very nice, very well made. You know, at home people thought I bought it. I said, okay, they dash me.
Nice.
And it's made here.
I have to find somebody to be dressing me because you know that every week is a
What's
new
your
person.
style? What's your style?
I don't have
And another group of people wanted to style me. So I told them, let me ask my Oga.
No problem.
We'll talk later.
Please, no problem. We are good to go. How are you doing, Jimmy?
I'm amazing, and I'm very grateful to God for an eventful week. You know, God has really been faithful, and I'm grateful for all the opportunities available to me. And that's all.
You have more meetings today, we know that.
I have
So short. That's unlike you.
How you doing, sporty lady?
Okay.
When your tracksuit
The one I school, Jerry.
and then your high shoes.
Yes. You can actually use it for either casual or if I had the trainers on, that.
Okay, nice.
You know, tells
What are they called? The outfit?
I don't know.
It looks like pajamas, is it?
No, it's not.
I just want to diss
I'd have called it tracksuit or something.
I don't know. Anything that looks good, I just put it. And I'm doing amazing. And I bless God for the opportunity to be alive. You know, when you have life, you have hope. The day before yesterday, I put up one of my music videos on my Instagram page. And I got a lot of comments. One person was like, that's your song, should have blown you. What happened? And I'm like, I'm still looking at God, though. Maybe the blowing will come soon.
Don't worry.
You know.
While looking at your Simbi goes to school hell.
Very
Thank
pretty.
you. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, how are you?
I wanted to buy snail yesterday. Ojukokoro. I went to order 3,200 naira snail. Transfer 3,200 naira to the person. I transferred 32,000 naira.
Really?
Now I called the person. I've not received the alert. I'm like,
Hey,
so the person said, hey, I'll check if I get the alert. When I get to the office tomorrow, I'll transfer. I'm like,
wow.
this way.
Have you got the money now?
Not yet. Wait. God is faithful.
No. Wait.
The person I
We
believe
know
in-
this person, no.
We can call her out.
He's not calling her
No,
out.
we're
We
just
can go
saying.
there.
We're just
The young
saying.
lady starting her business.
We're just saying.
So let us give
The
her
money
benefit
should
of the
enter
doubt.
today.
Wait,
that today.
you people are in a hurry. We know her.
Yeah, you know her.
That's all.
That's all.
It's that she cannot run away.
It's either she refunds the balance
One.
or she supplies the remaining.
30,000. Who wants to eat the business?
I want snail.
Well, has been knowing us for a long time.
We want snail, no.
It's not going to happen.
I want you.
28,200 naira balance. I
Nah.
am desperately expecting.
She has to refund that.
Because
Imagine you feeding
when
the
I told my
entire
mother-in-law,
station.
Mariah,
so
we're
what
fasting.
where buy?
Mariah, yes, yeah,
mother-in-law
we didn't know.
So
So, lower by Mariah, we're fasting.
Hi.
Just give us snail.
all right, let's go ahead. Break. It's Thursday. We're gisting all the way. June 12 is the hottest topic. So we'll discuss it later. But let's take a break. We'll take the front page when we come back. We'll be right back. Right, we're going to start with the punch. Picture here of MKO Abiola. Buhari declares June 12th Democracy Day. Gives MKO Abiola GCFR, Ganifa Mikinjibe GCON. Afenifere hails decision. And action smacks of desperation, says PDP. Okay. National Assembly, Ekiti, Benue, Taraba, lambasts Defense Minister over the call for suspension of anti-open grazing laws. Residents stone power firm official to death in Ogun State. I read that story. FG states earned 30 billion naira from VAT in 11 months, says Fowler. Of our robberies, we haven't withdrawn with invitation to Saraki, says police. The human interest story.
Tell us about this power holding
This man
staff.
lives in Bayelsa State, right? He came home to Ota to see his family. I think 7 children and a wife. And they have a small land, just about a stone throw from the house. So according to him, the plumbers working there were always complaining about their neighbor's generator. They couldn't work because the generator fumes were disturbing them. So the man now went to go and tell the generator. He now climbed the fence, I think, and was knocking on their roof. Please put off your generator flame. And they were just wondering, look, who's this madman? He kept hitting the roof, trying to tell them to, because according to the story, he has always complained about it. Anyway, somebody from that place threw a mortar. Arrow that they used to threw it on his head.
The grinding
one.
Grinding stone.
Threw it right on him. Of course, he collapsed. You know what's even more pathetic about the story? That they rushed him to the first hospital. He was pronounced dead. They took him to another hospital. Guess what the hospital said? Put him outside, let him get some fresh air. Maybe he will come back to life. So they left him out there for a while. They took him to a third hospital that now said, no, this guy is already... At the time, blood started coming out from his nose. But which doctor will tell you to put him on? Maybe he'll come back to life. I don't understand that diagnosis.
Maybe that's a method for treating concussion. No, I don't understand.
Which method?
But this was a really, really sad story. So the police are involved, which is good. So hopefully we can get some arrests.
Manslaughter.
But the neighbors should be sensitive now.
They didn't, of course,
he was desperate to the point where he was knocking on the roof.
Yes, knocking on the roof. Anyways,
may he so rest
any other story? We'll take Abiola somewhere else. Any other story?
All the other stories are everywhere else.
So let's just take it once and for all.
Or just move to the next paper.
Who has the offer robberies where the police are saying, let's take that once and for all?
Juma Moshood, the spokesperson for the police, was saying that, the publication that we saw, that the police withdrew their invitation to Saraki, was actually picked up from Saraki's Twitter page.
Yes,
that they have not withdrawn. It's still seriously being investigated, and they picked up 2 new suspects in the offer robbery that are seriously linked to him. The 2 of them were seen at 2 days after the robbery, accompanying him to the Olofa's palace to commensurate with the people of Offa. And one of them was in full jail at his daughter's wedding. The picture has surfaced. I wonder how we have this kind of people around us and we don't know.
Let's see how the investigation goes.
All of you,
actually,
I'm suspecting everybody
Actually, we picked that story really from Saraki's Twitter page, saying that he hadn't received the summons.
The Nation. Buhari honors Abiola in the view of Nigerians as shared by his administration. June 12, 1993 was far more symbolic of democracy in Nigerian context than May 29th. Police insist on Saraki's link with Offa robberies. Has said that's the only top story. Government okays bills to reduce tax burden. House sends Jibrin Gudaji to ethics panel. Let's move on to Daily Sun because, as I said, there are only 2 major stories
today. I wanted to take the Vade story. Go ahead.
Okay. MK Abiola resurrects. Daily Punch, you can trust them. Buhari honors acclaimed winner of 1993 presidential election with the GCFR and Kinjibe Fayemi with GCON. 15 shops, 10 vehicles razed by fire in Ebonyi. Offer bank robbery, Saraki must face panel. Court convicts first bank MD and chairman over 122 billion naira Ogoni compensation. And National Assembly states they dare Buhari. But let's talk about the 15 shops.
I have the story. 15 shops and about 10 cars were razed down by a fire incident at the Mechanic Village in Ebonyi State. And although allegations are coming out to say that there's the fire incident is connected to an issue they are having in the markets with some of the traders. Though the police confirmed the story and said it could be linked to the batteries in the shops that have caused the fire.
Can I quickly talk about the 120 billion naira first bank issue with Ogoni land? So some Ogoni chiefs in 1990, because they got judgment in 2001, I think. Yeah, they took Shell to court over oil spillage, and they got a judgment in the High Court. At the time, it was 17 million that ought to have been paid by First Bank. Then the case went to appeal, then Supreme Court. Anyway, Supreme Court said, pay the Ogoni compensation for the oil spillage. Now, it has been delayed thus far. The reason it is now 100 and something billion is 17 billion plus accruable interest over all the years that they received their judgment. So the court is now saying that the MD, MD chairperson, yes, Ibukun Awoshika, that they are in contempt of court. So First Bank needs to pay that compensation.
They have until September 2nd or so.
Okay, moving on to the Nigerian Tribune, depositors' funds. 25 years after annulment.
It's not depositors' funds. It's from the profit.
The court judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
25 years after annulment, Buhari declares June 12 Democracy Day, honors MKO with GCFR. Defense Minister under attack, anti-grazing law comment, and offer bank robbery, Saraki has case to answer. So the defense minister was under attack by the National Assembly.
Okay, yes.
Saying
So,
that, yeah, go ahead.
And 3 governors, Taraba, Ekiti, and Abia.
Benue.
I think it's Benue, yes.
Benue.
Yes, Benue.
Three governors, aside from Benue. Benue is the issue that is making the defense minister to say what he's saying. I said 3 other governors,
okay,
are who have passed the anti-grazing bill in their states, are opposing the defense minister, who is saying to all governors that they should please revoke this bill that is what is fueling is what is fueling the chaos, the fights, you know, between farmers and herdsmen. And the governors are saying our people are the ones asking for this bill because we will plant our corn and our sugar cane, and herdsmen will just come and feed their animals with it. That find a lasting solution rather than running away from the problem.
So the president is listening, and the Minister for Defense has admitted his inability to curb this. If you are unable to be in control of your security agents to the extent that they can curb some people's excesses, you are admitting that you're not competent to continue.
And you have failed.
They should please look for someone who can address the issue competently by assuring the farmers of their own rights, as well as assure
the... That's debatable, because where's the issue of compromise coming?
When you ask a state
because the government has actually proposed a solution of the ranches, and we've all come against it. So where exactly...
He should be, is in the Executive Council, Federal Executive Council. He should be working hand in hand with the Minister for Agriculture to ensure that whatever solutions that they have proposed are adopted by states that want to assist them and give them land
to be followed to the latter.
You should not be asking states, houses of assembly who has passed into law,
I don't want to
laws in their state, in the federal system, that they should revoke it.
I wanted to say that compromise you talked about before, they used to work hand in hand. The cow feces is what the farmers used to use as their
manure.
fertilizers.
Yeah.
But now that we now have a conflict that somebody is killing the other, so some communication has broken down. You can't fix the branches if you don't fix the root problem.
And the root is a bit deeper also. Moving on now to New Telegraph. Kudos knocks for Buhari as federal government declares June 12 Democracy Day. Late MK Abiola bags highest honor GCFR. FG honors Kinjiwe Ganifayemi with GCON. Sage Fala Yadebanjo Balarabe Afenifere Hill president.
Juma Kesef is a Hill president.
Mere politics. PDP to Buhari, you are not sincere. Saraki has case to answer over bank robbery, and Vades, FG rakes in 30 billion naira from tax defaulters.
May I applaud tax defaulters?
Others killed 2 NECO candidates, 7 others in Benue. You have that story?
Yeah, I have the story. So suspected herdsmen yesterday attacked 9 people in Benue State by 3 a.m. while they were sleeping. Left a lot of people injured. 2 amongst them were NECO, people who came to sit for NECO exams, young people. And according to the local government chairman of Guma local government, he came out to say that the attack was done after he got a report that the attack was carried out after the security personnel who were supposed to be guarding the area left that place porous.
Okay.
So I really do not know.
Applaud Nigerians, and a lot of them are living abroad, who voluntarily declared their attacks, because we have raked in 30 billion. That's a lot of money. Mr. Fowler, well done. But how...
Moving on to Vanguard. Unfortunately, I think it's all the same story, so we won't just take any more stories. FG immortalizes Abiola, same thing. Jibrin faces fresh probe for alleged misrepresentation of National Assembly deliberations. No other story. All the stories are the same thing. All right. Unfortunately, we have to run off because all that is in the papers is June 12th and MK Abiola. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'd like to hear your views on the honors given to MK Abiola and others. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your View. Thanks for staying with us. So President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday directed that henceforth the nation's Democracy Day will be holding on June 12th every year, as against the May 29th invoked by President Olusegun Obasanjo, former President Olusegun Obasanjo at the time. In addition, the president also resolved to honor Chief MK Abiola with the highest national honor, as Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. Now, I'd like to hear your views on this because it's all over the papers. Everybody's talking about it. There are mixed reactions. PDP says it smacks of desperation on the part of the presidency towards 2019. Everybody, the Yorubas are saying they're excited, they're happy, everybody's still jubilating. Nobody's seeing anything on that side right now. We're all still jubilating.
Yeah.
So let me hear your views. I mean,
let me quickly correct. May 29 was handed over to us by General Abdul Salami. He was the one who chose the day for the handover to democracy.
what was it?
But Obasanjo, so by 2000, we were then clamoring that let's make it June 12 rather than May 29. We know that the military may not have wanted June 12.
The former president ignored us.
But President Obasanjo said nothing like that.
Nothing
and people
like
said that was beef. MKO is another Yoruba man and he shouldn't have done that. So I must go first and applaud the president for doing this. The Yorubas are grateful because the democracy that we are enjoying today rode on the back of the June 12, 1993 elections.
Yeah.
So today, 25 years after, eventually Abiola is being honored for his sacrifice for democracy in Nigeria. Whoever advised the president to do this did him good. Yes. The Yorubas are very happy with it.
I mean, let's not tribalize it because it's actually a national thing.
I'm not tribalizing it.
Happy.
Let me tell you why I'm not tribalizing it. Because President Jonathan also tried to honor Abiola, and he changed Unilag to Maolag. We thought that was tribalizing it. Abiola is a national hero. If you want to name anything after him, name Igu Square. Or Abuja Stadium after him, not Unilag.
Okay,
but the script is very similar to what President Jonathan was trying to do also because he was close to elections. So a few months to the next general elections, it seems like we're being given a Greek gift. A Trojan horse.
We'll come back to the Greek gift issue, but let me hear your views.
I've always loved MKO Abiola for what he started, in as much as the election was cancelled and he was the first person to win a very free and fair election. He was also one of the first Westerners that could cut across all the geopolitical zones. He supported sports so much, and so he's like a legend. And so I'm happy that the president has come out to say, okay, we are dedicating this day to him.
Honor. Quickly to say that Greek gift or not. Ayekoto on Twitter is saying, a Fulani man who spent 3 years in power before remembering MK Abiola should be commended, while a Yoruba man from Egba spent 8 years in power without remembering MK Abiola. That's talking about Obasanjo. No, this is not tribalized. I just want to take out that Greek gift thing.
Okay.
Some people have insisted and demanded this thing be done. The president could, whether elections are approaching or not. Every other president had elections before them, and they didn't think this Greek gift was necessary.
Right.
This president thought whether or not it is a Greek gift or a pre-elections gift.
We accept it.
We
accept it.
The important thing is that we finally have the date.
I agree.
We finally have the honors.
We agree.
There are two issues I would like us to highlight. There's the issue of the sacredness of June 12th, which every Nigerian identifies with.
Yes.
Then there's the part of the honors being bestowed on him, because you should have been president-elect to be eligible for that honor. But there was that controversy of he was never declared president. That's one. And secondly, and the issue of, I had a personal issue with the Gani Fayemi angle. Gani Fayemi fought for human rights, and absolutely he deserved every honor given to him, absolutely 100%. But I feel that the letter did say, and actualization of June 12 elections. I feel that is that phrase in itself is heavy, because it was a collective struggle. It wasn't just one person. Lots of people struggled for June 12. So it would be unfair to disregard others. I mean, Olufale himself, Chief Olufale said this, and I was also part of the struggle. So there are so many other people, including my dad too.
Your dad, Bola Tinubu, even Shore as a student activist.
So we're all part of this. So it's unfair to just hang it on one person. However, he deserves every honor concerning human rights and sustenance of democracy in this country.
There's a legal angle of, some people are saying that to confer honor on somebody posthumously, that we have discussed this before in when they wanted to confer honors on the late Dr. Adedevo, and they were saying there's a legal angle. We'll discuss that legal angle later. We'll let the lawyers break it down. But the the first part that you mentioned, no, I wanted to respond to Nima when she was saying Greek gift or not. I mentioned already that President Jonathan was trying to do it, right? He seemed like he didn't have the willpower to extend, because what you are doing is actually even extending your stay for another 2 weeks. He seemed like he didn't have the willpower to extend his stay. Everybody will come at him like, you want to stay longer than you should. That's why he named Unilag. But if it wasn't a Greek gift, why did it have to take 3 years? I agree, we accept it.
Let me take this call from Yakub. Yakub, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning, Morayo.
Morning, go ahead.
And then good morning to all of you in the studio, especially Jumoke. For the first time in history, this is not what President did today. But I would say that, Morayo, whether it is a politics or non-politics, what we are seeing here, the right thing has been done.
Yes.
Let me tell you, Morayo, see, let President Muhammadu Buhari even do everything because of politics. Let me tell you this. Somebody, a Yoruba person, being a president for 8 years,
he has
never declared this very particular person that win the election accurately in 1993, June 12th. I voted that time. Do you know the beauty of that very particular day? When we line up, kill on the image of the people that we want. I found out that people that line up in my own line, because I line up, they kill on a Abiola image. And then the other people line up as you tofa. They find out that the line with Abiola is too long. And then they join us. We are all lost. That time there's no tribalism, there's no ethnicity, there's no religion, anything. We voted for who we want.
Thank you very much, Yakub. But let me come in here with this. There's this Obasanjo versus Buhari thing. Obasanjo came up this year and wrote a letter telling him not to run and put together this coalition, and they are obviously trying to gain traction. And now with this, it's almost like,
below his belt,
so what's the next move? What's the next move in this situation?
I still share the view that it's a political move, personally.
We all know.
He wants to, they want to immortalize
votes.
MKO Abiola, which is good. It's a good one. But it's a political move in the sense that they are trying to do everything they can to get the love of Nigerians. And so if this is one of the reasons...
Of the Southwest.
Most especially, the love of Nigerians together. Because this MK Abiola issue is not just for the Southwest. Everybody agreed that it was a free and fair election at that time. So for me, it's a political move.
I want to be a king in this one.
Yeah, so...
Take part in an election.
Jesus.
Not be declared, even though you won. Relax and let some people fight. Go to and then get...
Honors.
Let me even add to that. He actually has come out to totally dissociate himself from...
Yes, now.
Yes.
But how many years down the line? How many years
he's
now?
been conferred
somebody else. See, it was Abacha who jailed Abiola. So, this our Trojan horse. President Buhari, we see you. Because just a few weeks ago, you were saying that Abacha was a good man. We remember him as a dictator and a kleptomaniac.
Okay. Let me take this call from Josephine.
Mama.
Jumoke.
Good morning. Good morning to you, girls.
Morning. How are you doing?
Morning.
How are you?
Very well.
Okay. Yes, my own contribution on this is that this is political motivating issue. Just so shy away from the issue we are facing in this country. I want to ask question. Is it that we are going to have two democracy in the same year? Let Buhari come up with something that is right. Do something at the right time. We know this is what we are clamoring.
When is the right time?
I don't know.
This is his first time. When is the right time?
Okay.
2016 would have been the right time.
May I just quickly say that right after we had suffered dictatorship, was when Obasanjo came in. Who was it most important?
We agree.
Who was the person that should have done it at the right time? Any other time after Obasanjo is the right time.
Well, I say we agree.
Any time after Obasanjo is the right time.
Listen, year 2000 was the right time. That didn't happen. Now, if President Buhari identified that this was something to do, year 2016 would have been the next right time, because President Jonathan tried his own, he failed it. But I'm saying that you can't come right after 2 weeks of telling us that Abacha, we should just have taken him, he built hospitals, he did this, and then come and tell us MKO, he deserves or not. It seems like you're talking from
trying to balance the table.
Okay, guys,
Morayo.
you know what? Let us see a different angle of this. Yes, the people are happy. Everybody, even Afeni Ferry.
We are happy.
Is there
Me say about the paro.
So we're all
happy.
Yes.
But is this going to influence 2019?
Of course.
Do you think people like Jumoke, who are the
vote.
whalers, will say she has given her vote? Yeah, but there are others out there. Are we going to? Is this the deal breaker for the Southwest to say, you know what, this government, regardless of what we are seeing, we are going ahead.
Following
The
you.
relevance of this.
But let me also say,
those who suffered or saw other people suffer or lost loved ones because of June 12. I remember those days, the tear gas and all that. The people who suffered it, don't downplay it for them. For them, it might be the deal breaker.
You can't even downplay it, because Jumoke, the biggest whaler ever, is even saying this is a good thing. But at the same time, there are bigger issues. It's not just about honoring Abiola. Are we going to stop the deaths of 2,000 people this year?
So
we're talking about security and economy and a lot more
So
things.
it's important that the Southwest recognize.
We are recognizing, there are bigger issues.
Appreciate the gift. However, there are other issues, and we must go into 2019 with our eyes open. Let's go on a break.
We didn't
come
take
back.
tweets.
It's Thursday. Oh, we didn't take tweets.
No, we
Let's
didn't.
Take a couple very quickly.
Let me take one. Ogbolahan says many of those in opposition never saw it coming. Buhari gave them the shocker of their lives. He gave them uppercut, hit them below the belt. Let them go and lick their wound, whether politics or not. You can jump to the lagoon. Ayodeji says sentiment is indeed our problem in this country. What if this was introduced by the past president? He would have been crucified. They're pressing issues and not this nonsense democracy holiday.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back, we're switching over to entertainment industry. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, a lot of Nigerian youth, when asked what their future ambition is, without missing words, majorly come out, I'm an artist.
Benny.
This is largely because they see how made the rich and influential, how these artists become so influential all of a sudden. Now the issue is, do these musicians really make that much money from music? Or is there a side business, side gig,
Side hustle.
or a hustle that they are doing? Joining us on the show is a Nigerian artist, Shotoye Jane Pebble. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Probably called Soti.
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 That's correct. Yes.
So you can call us on 070-8066-804. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Now, this topic is very, very close to the heart of Ibe Ajulu because she's an aspiring artist trying to blow.
I'm not an aspiring artist,
sorry,
though. I take it very personal. I'm an artist. I'm a rapper.
And she never blow.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm still hustling.
She says that the hustle is real.
It's
Let
real.
me come to you, Soti. In your view, as a successful artist, tell us the things happening behind the scenes. What exactly, how has it been? And is the hustle real, or are the 30 billions really, really there?
See, trust me, the hustle is real. There is actually a lot of money in the music business. Now, being an artist is different from, just being an artist and making your music is actually different from the music business. So there is money in the music business once you understand the business.
Help us understand the business. What exactly is that business? Because when we see you, we just think, make records, sell it, and make your money.
Well, that's not all to, the music industry. So, of course, you have endorsements. So, for example, let's say a Wizkid now. I mean, Nike did not pay him money for Ewa and bread. there was thousands of dollars involved in that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you have a lot of them. And then a lot of artists are so big now that they're not even paid in Naira anymore. They get
Okay,
dollars.
let me tell you the business part of it as an artist manager that has retired. Because all these artists, you spend all your money on them, they now blow. They say, the contract has ended.
Are you a record label owner?
No, artist manager. So there's money in terms of, aside from the record itself selling in public, right? So because people are now playing it all over, you become popular. So the big people want you in their shows, including companies, including comedians and all of that. So they are now calling you, so you are now charging, because everyone is calling you, I'm now 4 million, I'm now 5 million, right? And then the endorsement that Mariah is now a big name, she's at every show. So I want anyone who sees Mariah to identify my brand with her. Exactly. For the record labels also, there are other things that they sell, franchising and all of that, based on the brand that they've built around you. So for somebody who does blow, you make a lot of money. But what we're then saying is that there are lots of record labels with lots of artists that haven't blown. How are they making their money? In fact, the person investing, because it takes a lot of money for you to invest into the artist before they blow. Where do they get the money from?
So in addendum to what Jumoke has just said, the artists you've mentioned now who earn the dollars are the A-list.
Yes.
They have gone through all of this process. Now we're talking about those artists who come out on social media to show flamboyant lifestyles,
and they are not A-list.
And they are not A-list.
Okay. Exactly.
So the money, we know that they haven't started paying them that amount of money. So where are they getting all the money they are showcasing?
To an extent, I will tell you, some of those artists actually don't own all that money. They don't actually have it.
It's packaging.
It is packaging. We live in a superficial world. So they have to sell something to you. So for example, if I come here dressed like one, shabby, you people probably won't greet me. You sit over there. And I'm just saying.
Don't worry.
I'm just saying. So we live in a very superficial world. So it's all about packaging. I mean, if you're going to buy a product, you will obviously buy the product with the better packaging, even if the other one would probably have better content
or value.
Exactly. You would just go for the one with better packaging because that's what you can see.
The comment credited to Dari Fasasi is how Obiajulu has really put it. Now, the concern for me is those upcoming artists who think that they don't have to walk the walk. They just walk into this money.
Because
the image
it's showbiz. It's showbiz. Do you understand?
Show.
So we're showing you something. It's up to you to buy it or not buy it. Do you understand? The artists sell a lifestyle. Right. So it's up to you to buy its perception.
So you
do you understand?
You are a D-class artist. You now come and show me a picture of you inside a private jet, popping champagne.
But that's left for you to then reason.
Hold on now. Private jets are not cheap. Did you steal? That's the question.
Well, to be honest, I cannot say for certain of them how
some artists to drugs, to internet fraud and all that.
When you also look at these deals, these endorsements, because what we hear that what actually is accrued to the artist is not more than 30% because there are so many bills to pay. So even these endorsements are not as grand as they make it sound sometimes, except for, of course, the A-list, A-plus artists.
Even the A-list artists, if you're signed under a label, the label is in charge of providing most of the things for you to set up.
That was international format.
No,
you actually pay.
No. It's just that one is something that just started recently, because they need to. Someone like me now, I've been hustling, and I feel okay if I get close to this. What's this label for MI that MI runs?
Chocolate City.
Chocolate City. If I attach my name right now to Chocolate City, I'll get more. Okay, they come out with a press.
You can't pay Chocolate City.
That just started happening recently.
The original thing is Chocolate City will pay her upfront.
Yes.
Buy her a car. Because of the packaging, get her a house and start to market her. So it's Chocolate City that will put all the millions into her. But they have stopped doing it because they can't. Most times they are unable to recoup their money. Because Obiajulu now, it may take us 2 years or 5 years for her to blow. Obiajulu now says, how can you be paying me 50% of how much I'm earning?
30%.
No, it's supposed to be 30% for the label, 70% for you. But a lot of times, the labels will say, I've been the one to invest all the money, so I want to recoup my money back.
I get 70% and you get 30%. Because I know that we've had issues of artists leaving the label once they blow.
They don't want to give the label majority of their money.
If it was
again.
a 50-50 or a 70-30, you can still stay.
Come to you because you're in this business.
From what you're saying about artists wanting to leave the labels and all of that, I personally feel like artists actually set themselves up. This is my own personal opinion because, I mean, you have a contract. You have, you know, the terms and conditions. The label has told you already, I will collect 70%. But the thing is, at the time, artists are not thinking about, oh, it is our talent. Oh, we want to make money. Oh, we have families to feed. Oh, we too, we want to be balling and we want to have so much money. They're just thinking about, how do I get my foot in the door? They're just thinking about the fame. How do I become famous? I want people to sing my songs.
Intellectual property
it's
is
hard.
valuable. Anywhere you see it in the world, it's valuable. But in Nigeria, yeah, it's about popularity is the only intellectual property.
Exactly. And
Go back to the showbiz concept, because the reason why we're talking about is young aspiring artists.
Yes.
People struggling, trying to cut corners just to get in the limelight. Not going. So there's one thing of the show, the business angle of understanding the business.
Yes.
There's another angle of making up this story about yourself that's not real, and that's making young people.
Exactly, my
Corners.
I don't advise people to show people what they are not, obviously. But I mean, if that is what works for you, that is what works for you. It has worked for a lot of people. Right. Do you understand? And it is up to you as an individual that is looking to say, this thing is not adding up. Or to say, do you understand? Because a lot of people.
What's your strategy?
Well, truth about the matter is, I'm all about my music. Okay. So I always try to make sure that, you know what, I'm bringing out good music. I'm not all about the whole.
Okay, but don't you think the society is putting pressure on those artists? Take, for instance, you wear something.
Of course.
You wear something and tomorrow they see the same outfits. They are the ones that will complain that she has only one cloth.
Bear me. Why are you wearing it again?
She has only one shoe.
The saddest part of all
she takes a bike.
The people that are complaining are the ones that are taking bike. And the ones that and are repeating clothes.
Much on the
because
artists.
There's nobody that has actually worked so hard for their money that will come and tell you that, oh, you are repeating clothes. Because obviously we know that money is not easy to come by. And they put so much pressure on you. Oh, you're wearing fake hair. You're wearing fake.
Let me touch this to be sure. Yes, it happens.
You're wearing fake Gucci. Everybody comes at you. People that have not even eaten. This morning.
Fowls mentioned it in his song.
It is
not sure
a
of
fact.
artists, and I'll mention a few. The Ashas, Donna Gunaike, for instance, has been on this couch, and I follow her seriously on Twitter, on social media, and I see how she's grown. She's gotten her endorsement. She's a lawyer by training, so probably she knows better.
No. She's a lawyer by practice. She still goes to work.
She knows better. When you see Donna perform her spoken words poetry at events, and you know, these are classy events. This is someone knowing her craft and using it well.
So,
exactly. Not 20 years. Donna has been there 20 years.
Yes.
How many new artists can wait 20 years?
It takes.
They want to blow. It's the blowing thing. The definition of success.
No, it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time. Even, I mean, the likes of Two-Face have said it. If I tell you, say it's easy, you're not set up.
So,
it's not easy. Okay. It's not an easy journey at all. It takes time. I mean, there are a lot of artists that have been there. Even Wizkid, for example, that you see now, he had been there for a long time before he even got the chance. Exactly. But nobody gets to see the struggle. Yeah. You just see the success.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll try to bring this home because we want to address how to help young artists make it in good time. Stay with us, we'll be back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Virginia was going to say something?
Yes. I wanted to go to the aspect of, you know, the music industry is very expensive to start. And most people, because they cannot fund themselves, either they do part-time job so that they can gather money to go to the studio, record and do their music videos, or they leech onto established artists or politicians so that they can get a lot of runs goes on in the industry so that they can get money to fund their music. As an artist, how do you see that?
Let me even add a bit to that. I even hear that even young men start having sugar mummies or whatever.
Of course, all these things are real. But if you talk to these people, obviously they'll tell you anyway in a way. Do you understand? Win or lose, it's not how you play the game. But I wouldn't advise for anybody to actually go into anything that you would not be proud of tomorrow. Do you understand? I mean, if your music is good, if your music is good and you have the right people around you, it's really just about finding the right people, the right managers, do you understand? People that actually do understand the business to move it forward. Because trust me, if your music is not good, if you sleep with everybody, collect the thousands and thousands of dollars, they will collect your money, but
I also think that in Africa, or Nigeria particularly, we don't do music. We do entertainment.
The world...
Music outlives whoever sings it, but here you just have club hits that, they don't go classic. So you see musical school, write out a Femi Kuti song in musical notes, perform it with the violin, perform it with all musical instruments in a concert anywhere, whether Femi is there or not, because Femi wrote his song.
Of course.
Performed it with an instrument. There's a difference between doing music and doing
entertaining.
Obviously, that is timeless music. Do you understand? So we have the likes of Fela, we have the likes of Asha. These people, their music will live even after they're gone. And then you have popular music. You have pop music. Do you understand? Now, with pop music, sounds change. Do you understand? It's like a trend. It's like fashion. So you might wear something today and I'm looking at you like, okay, that is outdated. You should not be wearing that. Do you understand? But it doesn't mean that that thing you're wearing is bad.
May I help you with that conversation? I've heard it said that the best musicians are unknown. They're writing their songs at home, they're composing it, they're just banking it. They're very good at the craft, but they'll never be popular because we want to dance. We're looking for pop music, as you put it. So when an artist compares that good musician to the rich musician, he quickly decides, in Nigeria, I want to be rich, I want to blow.
This is why I have said it's a business. Do you understand? So, the music is number one. The music has to be good. The music has to be accepted. That is number one. But then there are other things that come along with the music. There is the packaging. Do you understand?
We agree,
as opposed to having good tea, for example, you will put the tea inside a nice box for people to want to come and buy. Do you understand? You will promote the tea. Do you understand? And there are just so many other things, which is why I'm talking about the team and the managers. Do you understand?
I wanted to quickly jump on the managers. What I noticed as an artist manager is most artist managers in Nigeria are actually errand boys. A manager is the one who has the overview of your career.
That is correct.
He can advise you, do this show for free. You will have the exposure to get the next show for a certain amount of money. But in Nigeria, because we don't have an industry yet.
We don't have a proper structure. Because one thing I also read.
So it's just one boy just running to this bank, that oil company, just to get you gigs.
But you see, also young people are ready to be PAs of these artists. You just stay around them, because as they're meeting the big politicians, you travel abroad, you get your own contact. So suddenly at some point, you will blow.
Exactly.
So a lot of wrong artists, instead of them focusing on the art, focusing on their craft, they rather just associate themselves with the A-list artists.
And there's a lot of free drinks to go along with it.
Go to the clubs with them, hang out with the
like
like
I said, anyway in a way. Everybody is hustling. Do you understand? I mean, everybody is trying to make a way for themselves. Do you understand? Whether it is by association or...
What have you done? Share with us. Give us that gist. We'll still bring you as a celebrity guest. We're going to gist about your career later on.
Trust
but let
me.
us hear what has been your own hustle. What have you done?
What's your journey?
Well, I've been writing and, recording since I was 14. Wow. Do you understand? I've done work that I haven't gotten credit for. Wow. And at some point, I've even had to, in fact, I've made a lot of sacrifices. My parents aren't even really in support of my music journey, but it's something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I believe in. It's something that I know.
Have you done it? You know how
happen.
Whiskey's hotel, he slept in the studio. What have you done?
Yeah, so he was a studio rat.
that has shown that you've hustled?
Okay. In recent times, we were harassed by SARS. In fact, I was almost taken away, sir.
Why? Where?
By 2 a.m., I was coming back from the studio.
Wow.
Yes, and then they...
You didn't want her.
2 a.m.
Me 2 a.m. Do you understand that?
Exactly. I know. There's nothing they don't call me. They said, that, I am a, all sorts of names, Ron's girl, this one, that one. It was very embarrassing. There have been times where I've been invited for shows and the bouncer will never allow us inside.
Because you are not a list.
We don't know you. Bring somebody, and you will call and call. And you know how Nigeria is. Once you put somebody in a position of power, they want to use it to the max.
This is what explains what SARS.
There are two categories of artists.
Yes.
We have those ones who did not go to school, who easily become studio rats because they need to be around. Then we have those ones who have gone to school, graduated. Probably I read political science, but I knew that was not it for me. That wasn't music.
I studied economics.
Yes, you see. So
that's not music.
They are graduates who now come out. Hold on, no.
Red music in Unilag.
Yes.
So you see, he writes his song using musical scores.
Good.
But is he
Jumoke, hold on. These artists who have gone to school, probably read different courses, when they come out, they can't become studio rats. They can't hang around.
So
they need to
advise.
make ends. They need to make ends.
So can I advise?
So probably most of them get jobs.
Can I advise such artists?
Yeah. That's the truth.
Can I advise such artists? Go to a proper music manager.
Will he give you money in Nigeria?
No.
No, we're looking at blowing
in Nigeria, the right music managers will give you money.
She needs to
They'll just sign a contract. They'll sign a contract that also protects them. Okay. If you have a proper manager, we have several of them. Efe Omorige with Two-Face. Yes. Fantastic. He did two. Tuni Awumi Obe. Those ones.
How do you get the managers?
No, come on.
They're out there now.
There are so many of them flooding these people. How many people can they attend to?
Good question. How do you get the managers?
No, those are the ones who will know that you don't have talent. Sister, go and find a job.
You have to round up, but let Susie have the
something.
final word because you have to round up. In your view, what would you advise young people out there? What's that strategy in one sentence?
Well, to be honest, I feel like for artists to get their stuff out there, to get good management and all of that, there is social media now. So social media has made things very easy. You have platforms that you can upload your stuff to for free. And don't be afraid to send your work to all these, to managements. I mean, if you go on their biographies, on their bios, on Instagram, Twitter, they have their email addresses there. Do you understand? If you believe in your craft, you know that you are good. Send your stuff to them. Don't be scared. What's the worst you can get? Is either a no, or you will not get a reply, or you will get a yes.
Let me take a few tweets very quickly.
Baba Jide Akran says 90% of Nigerian artists are low-key broke. They be flexing for no reason. Adku says it's a Niger factor. Omo Ogbonlawon says truth remains a sizable number of artists, particularly those who are into music, do something aside from their music. Some are involved in Yahoo, rituals, betting, drugs. Last one, PJ Comedian says, showbiz is all about packaging. Most times these acts keep up appearances to attract customer dada.
But can I ask a question? Why is it that when people see that somebody is successful, you always try to find a way to attach them to something negative? I mean, if I'm able... That's what a lot of people do.
Because something negative, unexplained wealth.
Yes, so when you cannot explain.
But I'm just saying, we love Dangote.
If tomorrow I'm a B-list artist and I decide that, okay, I have XYZ amount of money and I want to invest in...
Where do you get the money from? It's a simple question.
I said I am a B-list artist. Do you understand? I have a couple of... And don't forget that people give artists gifts as well. Okay. So you could get invited by the government or something and you will get some money. Do you understand? For me.
We love you. We love Asha. We love
Gary. You don't love me, Jumoke.
So if I decide to go into real estate, for example, I don't have to come and put it out on social media. I now own 2 houses in... So
some questioning the wealth. Some of them are legit.
Some people are legit, but they go private.
They have to run
Do you understand? I'm not saying there's no fraud or whatever, but
because I heard that
of course, cream platform.
That song.
Yes.
I heard, from that Dibanj's platform.
Yes.
So maybe Google Dibanj. He has a platform.
Of course, yes, there is the cream platform. And it's just an SMS you send, you put your work up, and you may get a chance.
Yes. That's all we have to. We gotta go. Sorry.
Dibanj, I'm here.
See you tomorrow. Bye.